the chart, Julian.
Good to go.
Cool. Thank you, Jillian. Thank you, everyone, for coming today to this Reps Weekly call. Tuesday is the February the 13th. Tomorrow is going to be Valentine's for those of you celebrating. Happy Valentine's Day. For those of you that don't, it's fine. It's just another day. Welcome. I'm going to say hello to Lahiru, Sahid, Raura, Bimba, Francesca, David, Arvin, Visal, Sonia, Kumera-san, Harsil, Lydia, Sahbaz, Jason, Anoop, and Jillian, who is helping us a lot with AV support. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for participating in today's calls. Do not forget to add your names on the Etherpad. It is also Cairo who is watching us live, so welcome also Cairo. Today for the shout-outs, we have a thank you to all the amazing alumni that just graduated from the program. Irvin has been helping us to move away people that didn't have the time to contribute anymore, but I would actually like to thank them for all the contributions that they have been doing to the program the last years. So thank you very much for all the help you have been doing and all the amazing stuff that you have contributed to Mozilla. All right, is there anybody else who wants to give any other shout outs before I move to the next topic? And welcome also Tunde. All right, you do like hearing my voice. And the topic one is about Firefox Voice. We had Abe, if you recall, last month in this call, talking about Firefox Voice and talking about asking you to participate in Firefox Voice. Now, the good news is that the Firefox Voice campaign officially ended at January 31st. And now you are going to tell me, and okay, Constantina, then why is it still on the Activate website? Well, that's a good question. The Firefox Voice team was actually very happy with what happened and asked us to extend the Firefox Voice campaign on our website until they can find a more permanent home for their website. Officially, the team asked us to help them get 500 monthly active users and to have 100 feature requests and 30 bugs filed. We actually extended their expectations by far. They, according to the stats they had in January, they had 9,200 downloads and 1,300 monthly active users, which is more than 100% up on their goal. We for sure surpassed their goal. They also got a lot of feedback requests and a lot of bug issues. I don't have the numbers, but it was sure more than 130. So everything went as planned and the team was very, very happy. So thank you everyone participated in the Firefox Voice campaign and that filed 5 feature requests. Now, what's going to happen in the future? We are going to move the Firefox Voice to a permanent activity, which means whoever wants to have an event around Firefox Voice or whoever wants to check Firefox Voice online, it's going to move on the new community portal as an evergreen activity, an activity that everyone can do whenever they want to do. Their plan is to go for bigger beta releases, and they're very helpful and they're very grateful for all the help that the community has given in order for them to be ready to go for the big beta release. So thank you everyone about it. Also, the Firefox Voice team is working with Irvin from the Taipei community about helping with a small group of developers on resolving first good issues. Irvin, do you want to speak a little bit about that initiative?
I think it's still in planning, so maybe we can share it after we have some plans.
Sure. So the plan is that we want to try to work with developers in Taipei and see the community if they can help with Firefox Voice. But it's still early on. That's why we're trying with a very small team of community. If that is successful and if the community is able to understand and participate, we will open it up for more community members to participate on those first issues. I mean, the first issues are there. You can also always check it out. But we decided to run a smaller initiative, this time with Taipei community. And once things are moving forward, we will open it up for more people to participate, developers, add-ons developers more specifically, if they're interested in that. Cool. Are there any other questions? Okay. So that connects me to the next topic, which is rather brief, but very important. Who from you doesn't have a community portal account? I can go in community portal and find you all. I'm just saying, I had admin rights.
Question, what is community portal?
So there is a community portal, people, and we have been talking about that many times. The community portal is a website that everyone inside the community can have a profile. They can create groups of the regional groups and they can have events. Pretty much like reps, but this capability is gonna open for everyone. And the reason we're doing it because we want visibility of everybody what is doing, not just reps. And we want to give the communities the visibility and talk about their groups. There are different groups. There is, for example, a group of Berliners. There is a group of the Taipei folks, and there is a group of Fusumo. So they can either be however you define a group, regional, offline, online, based on language, for example, the Hispano community, based on regionality, the Berlin community, or based on functionality, the Sumo community. So everyone can create a group there and add the rest of the community in there. Somebody... Oh, yes.
I just sent the address.
Ivan says, come and join us. The reps also are going to be there. Right now, there is only 60 or 70 of you that have added themselves in there. We need to have all of them there. The reps portal is going to migrate to the community portal. And we're doing that because the reps are part of the community. They're not something different. So once the priorities for the reps community are met by the community portal, the reps portal is going to settle. We're going to have a party and a goodbye, and we are all going to migrate to the community portal. Also, by the end of this month, you're going to start seeing activities and campaigns. So basically, the old campaign Activate website is going to migrate to the community portal. That is going to happen by the end of this month. Francesca, who is in Munich, is going to join Constantina in Berlin for 24 hours of amazing adding all the activities in the community portal hackathons. She's going to sleep at the office with a bed next to my desk. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
I promise we booked Francesca a hotel room and I'm not going to overwork her. I am respecting other people's work times. But out of the joke, there's going to be a workshop Well, it's going to be just me and Francesca next week, making sure that to populate activities and campaigns in the new community portal. So by the end of the month, activities and campaigns are going to be in the community portal. That also means that once everything is moved, Activate is going to be decommissioned. And also the Splash tool, the events.mozilla.org, is also going to be decommissioned. So that's a big news and a big movement for us. We are centralizing another big part, like events.mozilla and the community and the Activate, and they're all going to live in the community portal by the end of the month if everything goes well. I'm going to stop talking. I realize I have given too much information, and I'm going to ask if anybody has a question.
I just have a simple question.
Go ahead.
It's related to the...
David, you got
to
muted.
the verification of the groups, there will be I think that I asked this. You say that there was like in 3 months, something like that.
Yes, so to give also a little bit of context about what verification is, right now, except the reps groups, all the other groups are unverified. The reps group is being coordinated by employees, that is why it's got verified on its own, but every other community group, it's unverified. What we will do in a month, so 3 months from the beginning, is that Francesca, I, and Aline are gonna go through all the groups and we're gonna see if you have met the requests that in order to be a verified group by Mozilla. And that's it, that you have 2 people that are in charge, that you meet regularly, that you don't pass any kind of guidelines that we are not, for example, you need to be Mozilla related, otherwise you don't belong in a Mozilla community portal. I think that for the people here goes without say, but we have seen different groups. So some people will be deleted that they are not related to Mozilla. You need to meet regularly, you need to be open to other people. By the way, they cannot be a closed group, they're only open groups, so anyone can join. And you need to have a description and you need to have regular events. On the end of March, Francesca, Rinalina, and I will dedicate time to go through the whole groups and verify them. Now, if we see something that is clearly overstepping guidelines, for example, is racist, or for example, is nothing Mozilla related, we will delete that group with no say. If we see something that, for example, while it's Mozilla related, but we don't have a lot of information, we will ask the people to ask information, because we will give the benefit of the doubt that maybe people didn't know everything exactly. So we will give them time to be verified in the future. However, and of course, whoever is going to pass those guidelines, they're going to be verified and they're going to receive a notification, you have been verified. Now, every year after that verification period, we're going to go through the group again and check again and decide if we should keep the verification or not. And it's going to appear with a small star on your community portal group that you're verified. If you want to see how it looks like, the reps one has it already verified. I'm going to post on Etherpad so everyone sees the reps one.
Constantine again. I had a question.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Oh yes, I was that verification struggling with being active. For example, if there is a group in such and such region that don't to sources such as enough educated or technically sound speakers or people who could teach them, do you plan to support them and making the sources more able to work on more active because of technology?
Hey, Vishal, you were kind of breaking up for me. I couldn't hear the whole question. I don't know if it's my end or your end. Do you mind if you write your question on the Etherpad? So, or if somebody heard Vishal better than me, can repeat the question?
I didn't hear too, so I guess maybe there's some issue from his side.
Okay, then Vishal, could you add the question on the Etherpad so I can read aloud the question, because I couldn't hear the full length of it. Vishal, are you still with us?
Waiting Vishal typing his question. Can I ask? I was like wondering about the event, create event from the reps portal. So recently we have like a event, right? So our team just like, not our team, our reps here create like 2 pages for the community portal and then the reps portal. Is that like really necessary to do that, or I was like wondering until we fully migrate, I think, what is the best practices?
So for now, the reps events are gonna stay in the reps portal, and the reason we're doing that is because we're lacking some basic events metrics in the community portal. So in order to track better the events, we are asking the reps events to stay on the apologize, on the reps portal. Now if you want for the visibility to have it also on the community portal, feel free, that is totally okay. We don't mind the duplication. It's just we keep it right now on the reps portal because some major features of the reps portal haven't passed yet on the community portal. um, that duplication will end at the end of Q2. Like by the end of Q2, we believe, like Q2 is the second quarter of the year, that is June. By the end of June, we believe that all the major things will pass on the community portal. Thus, we can decommission the reps portal, and that duplication won't need to happen.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, Vishal says, if a group is struggling with being active due to lack of resources, are we planning to support them before we mark them as inactive? It may be a part of a broader topic which might be related to how we plan to support groups stay active. That's a very good question, Vishal. So the groups about resources like reps are community coordinators. So if a group will need to have an event and is asking for money, they can ask that money from reps. So the idea is that the reps can provide the money and the swag for events, and that is part of the community coordinator role. They don't need to be part of the group, but they can help those groups have those events if they don't have enough resources. When we're talking about the resources regarding budget and swag, of course, when we're gonna ask the verification, Francesca, Rinalyn, and I already discussed about it. Except the ones that they are clearly out of guidelines, the ones that they want to stay active and they actually have a conversation with us, we will help them and connect them to the right stuff in order to stay active. We won't just close down groups or unverified groups from one day to another. There's going to be conversations with people that say, hey, we want to stay active, but we don't have the information we need in order to stay active. Tell us what to do. We of course gonna provide that information to them. I hope, Vishal, that answered your question. Quiz in an airport, I forgot about that. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Otherwise, I'm gonna give the floor to the council. I believe this is Sarbas. Is it Sarbas or Irvin who wants to talk about this?
I guess it's Arvin. Arvin is here. If you want, I can go ahead.
Sorry, before we move forward, Shahbaz, Vishal had another question, so I want to make sure I address this. Will verification be open to reps for physical verification of groups being active? Because it could be tough for you three to verify the status of the local groups individually. That's also a very good question. That's why there are guidelines of what we are going to verify or not. If we believe there is going to be abuse, so for example, people saying that are having events and they're not having it, there's going to be a report button. So like the reps, similar structure. If somebody says that they're having events but they're not having those events, there is a report button for the three of us, not just the three of us, the whole community development team, to know if somebody is lying or not. Yes, I agree, it's a lot of work for three people. Right now we keep it on Francesca, Rinalyn, and I in order to roll the whole conversation. I think in the future we should enable other volunteers to also be moderators in the whole process. However, we don't want to have like problems of gatekeeping. So for now, it's gonna stop on the employees, and in the future, once the whole groups grow, we should think about moderation techniques with extra volunteers. I hope I answered Vishal's question. Vishal, because we have only 6 minutes left, I'm gonna give the floor to Shahbaz and Irvin because they added another topic. But if you have any other questions, do ask on the Etherpad, then I will try to reply.
But like maybe you can help me to voice it.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, so hi everyone, the reps, because this is from the council, and if you wish to see that what councils are working, you can check out to these issues which is on the repo of the Mozilla GitHub, where you can see what is coming up. So I don't think it says that which is about the OKR 2019 H2. Is this like the new ones we are talking about or the previous ones?
The previous one.
Okay,
from the
so
last
from
year.
here, yeah. So from here you can see that which all activities what other councils was working on and what was the result. You can see that how the MDM campaigns are, what is the report, what is about the reactivation through campaigns, and what was the result of the election, and everything what previous council was working on. So this is a good repo to look for, like where you can see what council is up to. Also, watch out for this for our new OKRs, which is coming very soon.
Yeah, that's all.
Cool. Also, I note that Francesca and we are finishing the blog post on what happened in All Hands. So you should see a blog post coming from us soon about what has happened in All Hands, and also the post about what are going to be, why we took the decision along with the reps participants there to have those kind of OKRs. The idea was that we had a conversation about the issues of 2019. We identified what were the priorities, and then we identified what were the issues we wanted to tackle in 2020. So I'm not going to give more of the blog post because Francesca put a lot of time on it. So I'm going to urge you all to read it. And on that, and with only 3 minutes left, I'm gonna read the open floor, which again say goodbye to those alumni reps, say thank you to those amazing people that have contributed their time to the reps program. So you can find the list there, you can say thank you. We have some FOSDEM updates. If you wanna watch the Mozilla Dev Room videos, there is a link there. And there was also JavaScript dev room videos with Mozillians participating. Thank you very much. There was Rambimba and Trisu that gave some talks. So if you're interested to know what the rest of the reps were doing in FOSDEM, we talked about FOSDEM last time. Go ahead and watch those talks. They're very interesting. Also watch the talks on the track of the Mozilla. There have been some familiar faces. You will see Daniele also there, Nemo, if you know Nemo, Ioana, those people are there as long as with other Mozilla engineers and people. So there is a reminder, if you have created your community portal profile, have you created your community portal profile? Because in a few months, I'm going to decommission the reps portal and you're going to run to create community portal profiles. So please, please, please be proactive and share the community portal profile on this amazing spreadsheet that Francesca is curating. The reason we're doing that is we don't want everyone to go on the community portal and add themselves as reps. You are reps, you have signed reps agreements, you have signed NDAs. It's one of the few groups that they are allowed to be closed because you have trainings and onboardings on how to be reps. So in order to be able to curate you all, you need to add your name on this spreadsheet with your community portal handle. So Francesca can find you and add you and make sure you're reps. So thank you very much. Francesca is very happy when she adds people and not have to hunt you down. Make sure it's a community portal, not the reps portal. The reps portal, link we have, the community portal link we're missing. Thank you. Also, a reminder from Daniele. I'm gonna do my Daniele voice. Are you a mentor? Daniele has written a very interesting piece about mentors. Add your thoughts on the mentors group about the next mentors call. Safwas wants to have a next mentors call. So please do add, if you're a mentor, your thoughts. And I'm aware of some of you asking to be mentors. Dave, I haven't forgotten. So we will move the new mentors call soon. Cool, that's the time of 30 minutes. Thank you all for participating. Don't forget to open your community portal. Your community portal, my handlers, and see you all next week.
See you.
Bye bye.
You. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.